Hey Max,
Hey.
how's it going?
Good.
Dude, it's been forever since we did a video.
Yeah, it's been at least until the beginning of 8th grade.
Beginning of 8th grade?
Maybe.
That's like a year.
Almost, nearly a year ago.
Holy smokes. Well, there's not a week that goes by where somebody doesn't message me or comment in one of our videos saying, hey, where have you guys been? When are you going to upload another video? And so here we are. Just wanted to say hi to everybody.
And give some updates and tell what about what's going on right now.
So, bro, we're both older. I got gray hair. You got more hair. And it's a little messy. I know your mom tried to tone it down.
It's down.
Yeah, but it's cool because my hair's messy too. Look at that. I got this half mohawk, half like growing in thing going.
And I think my beard is going to start growing soon.
Your beard's going to start growing soon?
Yeah, it looks like I feel the hair is starting to get.
It'd be cool as if you grew like a gray beard like mine.
I'm going to have to purchase a shaver before it.
Dude, do you even have braces when we did our last video?
Maybe.
Really?
Maybe.
Well, and you're almost at a point where you get them off. Don't you get them off sometime this school year?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
I can't recall it, but I bet.
Well, let's give everybody a little bit more of an update. So, how old are you now?
14.
When do you turn 15?
In just under a month.
Dude, you're going to be 15 next month. That's crazy to
I
me.
might be turning, no, I can say it.
And what grade are you in school?
9th.
You're going into 9th grade.
Freshman.
You're a freshman. Bro, you're going to high school. To me, that's crazy. The last 15 years have just absolutely flown by.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So what have you been doing this summer?
Not much airplanes, or not much flying on airplanes, but I've been going to 4 Mariners games. They've been playing the Astros, Phillies, Red Sox, and then Yankees. Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that I bet you know the scores to every single game you went to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just out of curiosity, what were they?
Mariners beat the Phillies 5-4, and then the Mariners beat the Yankees 1-0 into the 13th, and then the Yankees lost to the Astros 8-5, and then the Mariners lost to the Red Sox 2-0.
Is that the game that you and I went to? See, I don't even remember the score for the one game I've been to.
And I remember all I've been to.
Yeah, well, that's cool. What else have you been doing?
I've been going camping at Anacortes, went to Lake Stevens for the 4th, went to Banks Lake.
Yeah, a lot of boat time, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you actually got up on the wake surfer again this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, we did a video on that last 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to talk to you a little bit. Let's switch gears. Let's talk about a topic. You're going into high school this year. You're a freshman.
Uh-huh.
And in years past, just even going to a school that you're used to, you've gone into it with a ton of anxiety, and it's really made you nervous, and it's really kind of messed with your head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to a bigger school with more kids and harder classes. I expected these last couple weeks leading up to school to be pretty gnarly, and you're actually doing really, really well. Talk to me about that. Why is this different? Why the biggest, because 6 months ago, you were absolutely terrified to go to high school. It was so bad that we weren't sure what to do because you had so much anxiety about going to high school. So what changed?
Well, I overcome my anxiety, and then
the school was gracious enough to set some things up specific for you. Talk to us about what those are.
I only am there for 3 classes.
What do you do for the other classes?
Huh?
What do you do for like? Because tell everybody like what you do for PE.
Work out in our gym. That I don't have a PE class, but on Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, I work out in our gym.
Yeah, lifting weights.
Doing like legs, shoulders, triceps, core, and other stuff.
Yeah, we're working the whole body, aren't we?
Yeah.
Doing a lot. Working on some weightlifting and stuff. Yep. So what else did the school do to help you with your anxiety?
To make I go in and out of a secret exit and entry, and have an easy way out of there.
So you go in
and have classes in one row in one hallway.
So all your classes are kind of clustered in the same location in the school, and you get to come and go through a side door.
Hmm?
That's pretty special.
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked that our school district made those accommodations for you.
Did they know
pretty
that I'm autistic?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's part of your IEP, which is a program that you're on that's, they modify your educational program because of the autism diagnosis.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are a lot of kids at school that have an IEP. And all the IEP means is that you've got a unique education program specific for you. And so because you have that, they were able to make those accommodations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Do you think that knowing that you only have 3 classes and you have your own special entrance and exit, did that help with your anxiety?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Because in years past, it was hard. I mean, we did a lot.
My 8th grade year was not the best at all.
Yeah, and there was a ton of anxiety going into that.
And a ton of turbulence in the road too.
Yeah, same thing. And eventually, once you got used to school, it was fine.
I know, but it was more of a 51% bad every year though.
You think?
Mhm.
So where's your anxiety at this year on that scale?
From 8th grade or at 9th grade?
No, like right now going in, what's your percentage of being okay and being anxious?
My percent of being okay going into 9th grade is 75% now.
75%?
Mhm.
And 25% anxiety? It's pretty good, dude.
And 8th grade was pretty much 70%
anxiety
because of the vice principal made it hard for me.
Actually, your vice principal is very nice. It just
not the principal, the vice principal.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Yeah.
He gave me a hard time.
We won't go into that.
Well,
I just want to say
unless if I want to tell my story about it, what happened at the beginning of the year.
We don't have to. It's a issue that is done and over, and we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Why can't we just tell him that I want to tell him that story that I had a little bit of a issue getting.
Hey, this is your gig. Go for it. Tell him what you want to tell him.
Well, because obviously the first day of school in 8th grade in 2021, and well, September 21. I was walking into school peacefully. I told the principal, the actual principal, that I had a mask exemption. And well, I went into the building, and then the vice principal looks kind of cross and said, "Hey, you need a mask." And I was like, "I have a mask exemption, all right." I didn't know about the throughout the game thing, and if I knew it longer than like a few months ago, then I would have said, "Oh, I have a mask exemption."
Sorry, we got to pause and tell everybody what you're talking about. When Max gets frustrated with people, he ejects them out of the game like an umpire throws out a player or a skipper, right?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to see my...
So you wanted to throw the principal out of the game? So
no, vice principal.
Oh, vice principal.
If I knew the thing longer, I'll go... I have a mask... Hey.
You're off screen, bro. You got to do it on screen.
I have a mask exemption, okay? Don't be mean. Don't raise your voice and just be like that, because I just threw you out of the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that went on with COVID and with all the stuff at school that was made you pretty anxious, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that mask actually really screwed things up because it your sensory stuff, it made you like lick the inside of it, and you would have these big rashes when you came home.
And I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, and so the health department in our county actually was gracious enough to give you a mask exemption, and
Vice principal wasn't very graceful about it when I came into the building with the exemption.
yeah,
I was
there's a few stories that we had around that weren't very good, but hey,
From
that's
Allegheny.
right now that's not part of our world, and so we're not gonna get too bent out of
Okay.
shape about it, right?
Okay, yeah. Yes.
And so let's talk about your anxiety going into high school. I think you're doing better right now than you ever have with dealing with stressful situations. And I'm wondering if you even know how you're doing that, or if it's just happening because you're getting older and more mature.
What?
Do you know how you're dealing with your anxiety?
I just take deep breaths, or I just get thrown into the river or lake. Whatever you wanna call
Nobody
it.
knows what you're talking about. Should we tell them that story?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one of those do not try this at home stories. I've learned after 15 years of parenting this precious boy that the best thing for him to snap out of an angry moment is a radical change in environment. And so we were out in the boat a couple weeks ago, and I was back behind the boat surfing, which is where you're very close to the boat and you don't have a rope. And I looked up in the boat, and Max was driving. Max was taking me surfing, but he was mouthing off to his mom. And I knew you weren't in a very good mood, and when I saw you mouthing off to mom, I wasn't going to take that. And so I surfed right up on the back of the boat, jumped in the boat, ran up to the driver's seat, pulled the throttle back, and put the boat in neutral. And I picked Max up, and I threw him in the river. And, you know, any onlooker watching would have said, oh my gosh, that's child abuse. But I have recognized over the last several years that Max always does better if he's got a radical change in environment. And so it wasn't punishment. It was actually, you need to go from 95 degree air temperature to 68 degree water temperature and help snap out of that funk. And so I threw you in the water, and you came up, and we locked eyes for a second, and he honestly says, looks at me, and he goes,
That's better.
that's better. And you swam to the back of the boat. I helped you up, put you back in the driver's seat. We took off, and everything was fine. So do you think that some of our efforts that you and I do to help your anxiety, or to help you reset and snap out of the anger, do you think those things help?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think you're getting to the point where you're able to reset on your own?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Well, I'm proud of you and the effort that you're putting out, and I'm proud that you're doing pretty well about going into high school, all things considered, because high school can be stressful, and I know you know that, and I know that you've walked around the school and you've, figured it out, and
I'm going to be going back there next Wednesday to just make sure where I know I'm going, figure things out, and yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm proud of you, and I love hearing about the fact that you're doing better with your anxiety. Do you want to say anything else before we take off?
Mm-mm.
Okay, why don't you sign us off?
See you later, guys.
See you guys.